Hello, my friend. My name is Jean-Serge from Success with JS, and tonight on Online Biz Builder, we're going to talk about 3 ways to build your MLM business online. Now, there's lots of other ways, and obviously, one of these ways will be better for you. You might prefer one or the other, and we're going to talk about the different ways that I've gone through actually all these 3 different ways over the years. Of course, I've settled on one way that I prefer. And that doesn't mean that you have to. Do the same thing I do. Sorry, just turn my phone's vibration and sound off there. So yeah, I mean, it's really up to you as to what you do and how you do it. I'm not sure if this is working okay, but anyways, I'm seeing some delays here on my live, but hopefully the video is working properly and it's all going right. So I see Robert's on here. Hey Robert, how you doing? So this might be something that actually might apply to you. Building your Robert's is a photographer and also a wedding planner in Aruba. That's so awesome. If you're looking to get married and you want a destination wedding, that's where we got married, and we met him there. He's really awesome. Anyways, whatever. That's just obviously I'm not here to promote people or whatever, but I'm just saying, check out his profile, go take a look at his page, and maybe you can get married in Aruba like we did. It was really awesome. But anyway, so how to build a business online. I specialize in MLMs, which is network marketing, right? But any business, lots of this applies to any kind of business for sure. So let's get right on. Let's get right into it. The 3 ways to build a business online, to build an MLM online. First way to do it is you just open up a social media account. You create your Facebook profile. You create a Facebook fan page. Maybe you set up a Twitter account. You set up a LinkedIn account, Pinterest, a Snapchat. Hey Gilles, how's it going? Snapchat. You set up everything. You set up all your social media accounts, LinkedIn groups, Facebook groups. You do all this stuff. You go and, you just listen to what everybody else is doing online. You see what they're doing, and you listen to your mentors, and they'll tell you do this and do that, and you just go and you just go at it. You go at it. You post your products. You post links to your opportunity. You tell everybody. You reach out. You send them messages about what you're doing. I mean, you go all out. You really go and you do it and you do it and do it, and that's one way to do it. Now, I'm not saying that's the best way or a good way, and I'll explain to you what I mean by that. But that's what I did when I first started on social media. I mean, I've been on Facebook just since 2009, I think it was, and I've never, before even getting on Facebook, I was like, I'll never ever get on Facebook. My kids were on there at the time. They were like teenagers. Well, my older ones now, I have 2 newer babies, but these older ones, they were teenagers then, and they were on Facebook, and that's what teenagers did. They were on there posting things and talking to each other, and maybe even bullying each other and doing things that were, not good to their friends. And the parents weren't supposed to be on there, and plus I was in computers. I was like, I'm not going to do this stuff and whatever. But eventually I got on there and started to understand the benefits of being on there, and I joined a network marketing company a while after that, and I started posting pictures of the products I had. I posted links, I posted things, I sent messages to my really good friends telling them, hey, this is awesome, you should try this juice. It was like, this company that had this juice stuff and these pills and whatever. And I would tell them, you can try it, and if you don't like it, that's okay, whatever. But, to be honest, it didn't really work. People stopped really wanting to talk to me, right? Because that's all I ever wanted to do is ask them what they thought about the product, ask them if they wanted to try it, ask them if they wanted to watch videos, ask them. I mean, that's all I was doing. And you know why I was doing that is because my mentors, they told me, go talk to as many people as you can. Go talk to everybody, even if you're in any other kind of business. If you're, talking about what you're passionate about, that's what people think you're supposed to be doing, right? So if you really want to succeed in online business, I have to tell you that's not how it works. So the first way of building your business online is really not the right way to do it. Definitely not. I mean, there's even if you did it, and they talk about doing, success with numbers where you lack the skills. Even if you bombard it to thousands and thousands and thousands of people, just like advertisers do, right? They pay to send emails, say to 1 million people, right? They'll get a couple sales out of that, right? You could do that too. Sure, you could do that too. But it's really not very efficient. It's not effective, and it's becoming less and less efficient today because people aren't paying attention to that. People are bombarded by all these things, and so it just doesn't work. All right, so that's the first way. The first way of doing business is online, is to just start, get yourself all set up, and go by whatever anybody tells you and whatever you think, and try to do it that way, right? And that doesn't work. So the second way is a little bit smarter than that, and like I said before, I said you could use either of the three ways, and maybe I'm contradicting what I said because I'm telling you right now that the first way isn't really a good way to do it, but some people still do it. And if you have a business where you don't want to be involved, and you want to just buy advertisements and that kind of stuff, that might work too, right? Because you're just advertising, right? You're spending money on advertising. But I'm saying to you, there's a better way still. But it also depends on what you're willing to do. So the second way is going out there and learning all you can about social media advertising, about connecting with people, about the different platforms, the differences between each platform, what you should do on one platform, what you should do on another one. You can Google that. You go and Google, search for, say, connecting with people on Facebook, or Google for how to engage on social media, or Google for best way to reach people, or how to get leads, or you Google all these things. You're going to find thousands and thousands of hours and blogs and videos to watch. You'll find hundreds of people that talk about what they've done and how it worked for them, and you're going to learn all sorts of different things, and you're going to start to do things a little bit better, right? After maybe a month, 2 months, 3 months, you're going to start to have a little bit of understanding of what's going on. You're going to start to improve your setup. Maybe you're going to set up a blog. Maybe you're going to improve. You're going to start to get better at it, and that's kind of what I did the second after realizing that this whole spamming or whatever thing didn't really work that good. I started researching and learning and reading up on things and figuring things out, and I did a few things, and I got a little bit better. And it's great because I'm a techie guy. I can install Linux and install WordPress and do these things all myself. I got my own servers. I got virtual servers. I understand DNS. I understand email. I understand all this mumbo jumbo geek stuff, right? I know how all that works, and I can explain it to others too if somebody asks me, right? But the thing is that when you look at what you need to be doing, like if you're building any kind of business, what do you need? You need customers, you need sales, right? And to get those two things, you're not going to get more customers or more sales by spending all your time learning everything, by spending all your time setting up everything yourself, by maybe you're saving some money by setting up a server yourself or whatever. Maybe you're saving money by going out and Googling things and learning on your own and listening to all these hours of training and whatever, right? But you're not doing yourself a favor by doing all this. And I know from experience because I did it. And maybe you do like that. Maybe you're like me a little bit. You kind of like to learn on your own, and you kind of like to get out there on your own and figure things out, and that's great. So there's not everybody's the same. But the thing is that I realized, and this is where we're getting to method number 3 here, is I realized that there's so much time I wasted learning things that I'm not using today, or learning things that didn't really work. I'm sure, okay, I learned a thing not to do, a way of not to do something, right? And I learned how to not listen to these particular people because whatever they teach isn't in my area or whatever, right? Sure, I learned all sorts of things like that. But you know what? Today, what I think is if I had not wasted that time, I would be a lot further off now, right? And one of the things that I learned too over the years, and that's outside of online building, it's just as a personal development, talking to leaders, is that if you want something that somebody else has, well, you should do whatever they did, right? So if you want success online, you got to listen to somebody who's got success. Now that's pretty obvious, right? But who do you listen to? There's so many people out there that have success or that seem like they have success, right? I mean, me, I'm still kind of starting. I'm still new to this online stuff. I've been doing it for a bit. I've got some success. I got lots of followers. You know, I've got big LinkedIn and Twitter and Facebook list of friends or connections or whatever you want to call it. I got, you know, lots of posts on my blog. I got videos I'm doing. I'm doing these videos, live videos here, without any, you know, fear in it or whatever. Like some people will tell you when they do these live videos, they feel nervous about it, whatever. You know, I'm past all that. So, you know, there's that kind of success I have, right? And I'm starting to build credibility, and people are starting to, you know, be interested in what I have to teach, and, you know, whatever. There's that kind of success I have. And if you're looking, so this is it. This is the third way to build online. The third way to build online is to go associate yourself with a system that works. And you know, there's few systems out there. I know of a few, at least well, I know of two. I don't remember what the name of the other one is. I know the one that I'm using, but these systems are basically organizations of tools put together with training, with access to trainers or people that know what the tools are and how to apply them to whatever you're doing, right? If you're building an MLM, well, you need to know how to connect with people. You need to know how to, you know, build a relationship with them. You need to be able to present to them what you're offering, whether it's a product, whether it's a opportunity, or whether it's, you know, like Robert's his photography services or wedding services out in Aruba. I mean, that's a pretty, you know, specific thing, right? I mean, obviously, if you're going to try to build something online and you're in a specific area, that becomes harder to have people, you know. The thing is that your target market in the case of Robert would be maybe like, you know, the Caribbean weddings, right? Why would they go to Aruba instead of going to, you know, Cuba or Jamaica or any of the islands, or even in Mexico, you know, the destination weddings that people like? Why would they go to Aruba instead? Well, because they would like Robert. Robert would be the person that they'd be like, you know what, I want to go see Robert. There's other reasons, like, for example, you don't have to translate your documents when you get married in Aruba. They can be all in English, and that's good. Whereas in some of the other countries, you have to translate the Spanish, right? So that's an extra effort. It could be cheaper in other places in Aruba, you know, whatever. There's also a reason. But the point is that if you build an audience and you build it in a way that attracts people to you, and they'll want to go get married there instead of someplace else. And if you're building an MLM and you want people to be attracted to you, they don't need to know everything about what you're selling or whatever. There's a difference between what Robert is doing and what we do in MLMs. But the thing is that you want people to like you, right? And how do you get that? How do you get people to like you? You got to learn the skills that it takes to do that. And like I was saying, if you associate yourself, you can learn all that by Googling it, sure. And you can learn it by, you know, trial and error too. It'll take a long time. Or you can learn it really quickly by associating yourself with a group of people that have the tools and the knowledge to do it right. And, you know, if that's something that interests you, I'd love to hear from you. Just go ahead and reach out to me, send me a message, and we'll talk about it. I can certainly tell you about what I'm doing. But those are the three ways to build an MLM online, okay? Do it quickly, do it on your own, do it based on whatever anybody's telling you. Who is that? Anybody? That's your aunt, your mother, your neighbor, whatever, that have no idea what you're doing, but that's what they would do, so you do whatever they tell you, right? Because it makes sense. The second way is go out there and figure out what it is you need to do by learning on your own. Go out there and learn on your own. Read books, listen to videos, read blog posts, everything. The third way is associate yourself with some system that works, just like McDonald's. You know, if McDonald's was doing it you just sell a franchise and do whatever the hell you want, it really wouldn't work that great, would it? the reason why McDonald's works so good is because they have a system, and whenever somebody buys a franchise for McDonald's, they have to follow the system. That's part of the rules. If they don't follow the system, they're not going to have success. So why would they even want to get a franchise if they're not going to follow the system, right? So this is the same thing. If you associate yourself with a system that works, it's pretty much guaranteed. Of course, I can't say I guarantee your success, but it's pretty much guaranteed that you will succeed if you follow the system, right? Now, this system I'm part of is also a really great community. Anyways, there's a whole bunch of stuff I could say, but I'm not going to get into that right now. But like I said, it's the third way to build a business is using a system, right? Any franchises that are successful, they use systems, and this is what you have to do too if you want to have a successful online business. All right, so that's it for tonight. This is Online Biz Builder, Jean-Serge Gagnon, and don't forget, reach out to me if you have any questions. Just go ahead and message me. I'm going to be posting another episode tomorrow on Online Biz Builder. So we'll see you again soon. Have a great evening.